Hello, WordNerds! Happy Sunday! We are all here. Wow, so many of us to this week. We're going to be doing a write-in, and we're all so excited to get together and get some words down. So let's just, the world's on fire right now, and what we need is just a good old write-in. We're going to be using some prompts. We're going to be going for some word sprints, just having a good old time. And if you have any questions related to writing or reading, please feel free to ask them now or in between our word sprints. Let's start off by just kind of going over what we're going to be working on today. I, for example, am going to be working on a paper. So sort of fun writing, but not really. And I hope people here are writing more fun things than I am. So what about you, Megan? What are you going to be writing?
I'm going to be doing, here's what I should be doing, which is revisions. Kyra and I write books together, and we set a goal to finish revisions so that we can send out to another wave of beta readers at the end of this weekend. But I have a very shiny new idea that I kind of want to plot, and I stocked up on note cards at the store.
The vital things to actually stock up on.
Yeah, I got these really big ones that I'm hoping I can do, because there's a lot of characters in this one, and so I'm hoping with the big note cards I can write more details for my outline, so we'll see. So I'll probably do revisions for one sprint and then outline for the rest of them.
Good plan. How about you, Kelly?
I'm still kind of deciding. I think it's going to be plotting a thing because I haven't written anything this year, really. So I don't even know where I left off.
You've written a ton of game stuff for
yes.
words.
Yes, yeah.
I might do some more for the word stuff. I might just brainstorm work stuff, or I might outline my shiny new idea that I meant to write 2 months ago, but it's been a year.
It has been a year. January was 3 days long, and February was 4 months long, and now it's the middle of March. When did this happen? I'm angry. How about you, Erin? What are you working on?
I am currently working on my manuscript. I'm, for the moment, calling it the Bisexual Plant Druids and Sexy But Murderous Demon Kings.
Yeah!
Working title.
Love it.
I just have the climax to write and then the falling action, and then I will be done the very rough draft. So exciting.
Cool. And what about you, Kaylin?
I am writing my very rough draft of something that I've been working on. I feel like it's been in the making for a decade. And I gave myself a self-imposed deadline where it's if I don't make any actual progress on it by the midsummer, that I have to move on to other shiny new ideas, but I'm clasping onto this for dear life. So I'm going to try and see if I can plug any more words out of that.
Cool.
Yes.
And Desiree?
I will probably finish an outline that I never finished because I want to finish the story for Camp Nano. Maybe, I don't know. What is writing? So we'll see.
Thing? I don't know.
We'll see.
All right, great. Please feel free to let us know what you're working on in the comments. I see some people are talking about getting ready for Camp Nano. You guys are way ahead of the game. Good job. A lot of shiny new ideas that are going to be being written today. Wonderful.
Isn't there a Camp Nano in April?
Yes.
It's still half a month away, so or more than a month. I don't know. To me, what is time? I don't know what's happening anymore.
Who even knows?
I'd be plotting the day before, so the fact that people are I thought a whole month that I'm starting, I'm good on you guys. Good,
Mm-hmm.
That's great. We got some revisions. A lot of stuff going on today.
Yeah, we've got Helen is joining us in the comments. Her computer broke, and so she'll be hanging out there and is working on a writerly analysis essay for creative writing class.
Very fun. If you are new to us, hello, welcome. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing some word sprints. So we'll do probably 2 that are 20 minutes and then one that's probably 10 or 15. I do have some prompts for you guys. You don't have to use them, but if you do, I know some people look forward to it. So it's just something to kind of get those brain juices flowing and get some new ideas onto the page. So we will have a grand old time tonight. I have some nice writing prompts that have nothing to do with the world falling apart. They're actually about how lovely it is outside, how it's springtime. I don't know about where you
The
live.
weather is so nice.
It's real
I think
nice where I am.
It's probably nice.
It's hot where Emma is. I was there a few days ago, and it's very hot there.
Banana lives in Florida, so like,
I also live in Florida, though.
oh, that's right, you do live in Florida now. Sorry, I forgot about
I've moved
that.
a lot.
I live in BC. I live in Canada. Like it's, like yesterday it was -5, and today it's like 18. So like maybe 15. Oh, this is also Celsius. I know a lot of people are like,
I always just have a
Panicking.
Google browser tab up so I can hit temperatures in when they come up.
For every 5 years, you'd think we'd have learned each other's temperatures, but no.
I learned the scientific
Google
formula
exists.
for it in math class, and it's like, it's so weird. It's like, why do I have to -32 from the thing and then multiply it by the? It's
like
weird.
-42 is the same in both, or somewhere around there.
Yeah,
That's all I know.
isn't 0 the same in both?
No.
Okay. Wait, 0 is like 13 or
Freezing
something.
for you guys?
Zero
Zero?
is 32 for us, I think.
So 30. Okay, that's good. Why?
Somehow
Because
mine-
zero is the freezing point, right, for y'all? And 32 is the
Yeah.
Something
freezing
that
point
makes
for us.
sense.
0.
I-
You know.
You wouldn't think.
I agree with the analysis that the Colorado spring is bipolar. I am also in Colorado, and it was like kind of cold like yesterday, and then today it was like super warm.
I don't know. It's springtime, right? It's gonna be weird in the spring for a little while.
Yeah.
So let's do our first word sprint at the 45. And let's see. Where are my writing prompts? There we go. So the first one is very appropriate for today, and that is sunshine. Your character comes into contact with someone who is a ball of sunshine.
I like it.
We all have those friends. Or just random strangers that are like, wow, you're just so wonderful.
Just a ray of freaking sunshine.
Exactly.
And I just put that prompt in the chat as well, so it should be showing up there in a couple seconds.
I like that
Lovely,
Vanessa
thank
thought
you.
all the WordNerds were Canadian. Like we're just slowly outnumbering them.
We really are.
We were winning until Helen came back. And
Yeah. Yeah, especially when Helen's here too, then the Canadians outnumber.
Yes.
It's a very non-hostile takeover.
Yeah, we're like, sorry, is it okay? Sorry, excuse me.
I'm totally gonna do my revisions, but I'm also packaging all my note cards.
All right, it is the 45. Let me get my timer, and I will see everybody. I will see you back at the 05. Good luck. And that is time. So, how did everybody do?
Almost revised a whole chapter.
Oh, red.
Nice.
Very nice.
I took time out to look at how to take off acrylic nails. They're driving me crazy. So long, and they hit my keys, and I want to tear them all off.
Oh, that's the worst.
So
I hear that feeling.
I've never had them before except for the tour, and now that I'm home, I'm like, this cannot continue.
Yeah, I've never had them before either, but even if like my nails just get a little too long, it bothers me.
They they hit the keys, and
I managed 100 words, but I kind of was filling in stuff, so I wanted to get caught up to where I left off, and I totally forgot where I left off. So this was more revision catching up than actual word count.
Mm-hmm. I made the mistake of naming a lot of my documents very similar things. So then I was going through being like, I need this source from this one paper. Is it questions from this source or is it questions from this source? I was like, oh no. So I only got 72 words, but I was just, because most of the day I was just going back and forth to figure out what my research was labeled as. All right, let's see. It looks like you guys are doing pretty good too. Tara's like Sapphire got 560. Lizzie Summers got 582. Penumbra said they edited 1,500 words, which is bomb. Caitlin revised some scenes. Leah wrote out some emotional beats. Misty Kate, so where did you go? Wow, so many comments are coming in. 253. This is great. Wow, good job, guys. Liz got 216. All right. We did have one question from Mia that says, how do you move from a concept for a story and some world building into an actual plot with conflict and resolution?
I plot. I
Like
sit down and
hardcore
write it out.
plot.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe start with like a beginning and an end, and then try to fill in the middle. If you like have a concept and just have those bigger picture things, and kind of work out what you need to get from A to B.
I definitely recommend having some idea how you want it to end, because I find that's where I like get stuck a lot, is that I know how it starts. I know like a big chunk of the middle, but I'm like, okay, well, I'll see how the end goes. But I'm such a heavy plotter that it's like, if I don't know the end, I can't connect the dots. So it's like just some idea, just to be able to like connect things a little bit, because you can change it as you go. But just to have that idea of how the end's going to be, it helps me tremendously.
Know where you're headed.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you're not sure how to come up with an ending, one of the things that I like to do is I will make a list of what I call the threads of my book. So if I have this concept, what are like things that could be a plot line or a subplot line? And so I'll write down like the romance between character A and B. Character A and C are having a falling out as friends. Also got this, there's a murderer. That's a plot line. And then I take stock of all those threads that I have that I am hoping will be cool things conceptually that will translate into a story. And I just try and brainstorm out how I can get all of those things to just fall apart in the same place so that they have to be fixed in the same place. Like, how can I bring all of these things together in the same room? And it won't work for every plot. I know some people have, multiple things going on, but for most plots, I think it's a good, solid starting point. I also definitely recommend, if you're wanting to plot out a little bit more, make a list of cool scene ideas that you have. I like to do it on note cards. I'll just do like this cool hand-holding scene, this cool scene where the king says they're the favorites, this cool scene with this, and then I can take them and put them on the floor and roughly figure out, okay, well, this needs to happen before this needs to happen after. And that can sometimes help you figure out, well, what gaps do I need to figure out? What needs to be filled in? This has been on my mind a lot because I'm doing it right now. So that was a long answer, but
That's essentially what I do too. I kind of gravitated away from note cards a little bit, and I do a lot of everything in Scrivener, but I'll create like a new like document for every scene idea that I have, and then just kind of like shuffle them around until it feels right.
Yeah. We've got another question about endings from Anya. How do you write a concrete ending for a book if you're planning on querying it? Like, I'm trying to write a novel that ends with a hero killing a villain rather than hero not having the guts to do it. So the main character kills the villain, and then that starts the other apocalypse, which I'm guessing would be theoretically a sequel. So tips for that.
You definitely want a standalone novel with series potential, to use the industry term if you're querying it, because right now it's very hard to sell certainly a trilogy, and definitely even a duology is a hard sell. So try to wrap up as much as you can and then leave some open-ended. But I always keep in mind, I want to make sure that my audience, like my readers, are not like, I want to kill this person because it's a cliffhanger. So try not to leave any actual cliffhangers, but like leave a little wiggle room if you were to do a book 2. It's hard to find a balance, but
yeah, especially if you're wanting a book 2 to be like it's inadvertently going to start another apocalypse, maybe just leaving some pretty big hints throughout that, like, if you do this thing, this other bad thing might happen. And you can end it more on a note of like, I think we did it. I think we're okay.
For now.
Yeah. And so it can have kind of like a happy for now feel to it that can still be satisfying, but still leaves room for a sequel, if hopefully you are to get that opportunity.
Yeah, happy ending for now is a really good way of putting it.
And you can definitely, if like an agent loves your book and wants to talk about it, I think it's totally fine. When I got my first agent, we talked about like, okay, but I would really like for there to be a sequel, and this is the plot I have in mind for it, and just like making sure that you're all on the same page for what you want in that regard. So I don't think you have to like keep it a secret that you want there to be a sequel, but just making sure that your book could sell as just one if you wanted it, or if it were to sell that way. I'm not seeing any other questions. If we missed your questions, please feel free to re-ask them, and we will answer them in between sprints. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. We are so glad you're here.
And we have 2 minutes until the 15, so why don't we just do another word sprint then? It'll be another 20 minutes. Your prompt for this one is flowers. So there is a pop of brightness or happiness in your scene.
Ooh, I like that one.
Oh, thank you. It's very vague. You can construe it however you want it to be.
I put that prompt in the discussion section as well for
Thank you, Megan.
those of you. I opened my document and Kyra was also editing in it because we're in Google Docs. So now I feel like I can't leave because she'll know. I feel like you did one chapter, didn't you? You left me. So check-in's going to be at the 35?
Yes, 35.
Got that banner ready. The banner got a shout out. StreamYard introduced the ticker banner thing, which is very cool.
I'm ready. I'm so ready to press the button for the timer button.
No yawning. No. You'll make all of us yawn.
No. That can't be a rule for this chat.
It's so late. Wait, it's not even late where you are.
Not even late.
It's not.
You can just have a book.
15. All right. We'll see you guys back in 20 minutes. Happy writing. And that's the 20 minutes.
That was fast.
Yeah, good.
Really fast. Oh, I got another like chapter and a half.
Nice.
Great. Got 173 words, just a little better than last time, but I'm like, I love this essay topic, but I am just so unmotivated to write this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I am so close to the big, exciting finish.
Ooh.
Just the falling action, and I'm so close to done.
Yes.
It's so exciting. The shortest book I've ever written, though, like the shortest draft ever. It's only 61,000 words.
Wow.
Yeah, we need a lot of fleshing out.
I was gonna make a joke that like your shortest draft is probably my longer one, but that's actually like pretty short.
Well, it's supposed to be epic fantasy too, so like that's not a good sign.
Yeah, my drafts always end up like 65,000.
Yeah.
beef it up a ton.
Yeah, beef it up. Totally.
Yes. Are you hoping it'll be a standalone, or are you hoping for more than one?
This is actually a standalone, I think. Yeah. Although
What I'm plotting is two.
this will probably be the one that they're like, can we have a book 2? And I'm like, no, buy book 2, the other one.
How'd it go for everyone else?
208.
Still
I
hanging
got
around 100.
distracted.
I respect the honesty.
That's fair.
We had a comment from Vanessa for Aaron. It says, "We want a book 2, Aaron."
Yay! Call little brown young readers and yell at them. Tell them you want book 2. Do the hashtag 2 ashes to ruin.
I'm just gonna call them and be like, "Yes, whomst do I talk to about the sequels?"
Knock on your office door.
Yeah, hello, sequel department? Yes, it is I.
Like when you like call your representative and you're like, mark me down as being in favor of a sequel, please.
We need this to happen. I'm gonna get in trouble if I tell people to show up at their offices. Be like, can you stop directing people to show up at our doors, please?
Please no.
Oh, Penumbra just reminded me that it is in fact Pie Day.
No,
Happy Pie Day.
Yesterday.
Distracted by eating pie, and I think that is a very good distraction as far as distractions go.
I was totally distracted by like life that I totally didn't even realize it was Pie Day until Megan, you shared that picture of your pie, and I was like, oh my god. Or no, it was Kyra.
It was
like,
my
oh man,
Yeah.
I wish I had pie.
No, me
I
too.
got apple pie yesterday.
Rub it in, why don't you?
I had 0 pie yesterday.
Maybe I
WordNerds has a
ingredients.
Pie Day event going on, so I've been tweeting pie things for them all weekend.
Amazing.
I didn't know there was a pie event. No one invites me to these things. What the heck?
I feel left out.
Rude.
Song for the words. There was a little, my star was lit up and it was like, it's Pie Day.
These are the important holidays.
Man, I wish Lave Pie Day had fallen on a Friday. That would have been the best pun-related anything of the decade. Alas.
Yes.
But and Griswold did remind me that there was a Friday the 13th, so that was
This is true.
yes, that also was.
That felt more fitting, I think.
Yeah, sure did.
This whole month has been Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah. And now it's the Ides of March, Jennifer pointed out. What a week.
Can it stop, please?
We had go ahead.
Never mind.
Suspense.
No, never mind. It's okay.
We had a question from Evan Ward. Is it normal to cry when you're writing the death of a character you don't want to kill but totally have to kill?
No, go get help. Yes, of course. It is.
I was like, wow.
It's perfectly normal.
It's like savage. Aaron is savage.
Do it. It's all good.
I feel like it's a good
Unplug and
sign.
reset 2020. I love it.
Yes. I feel like it's a good sign. Like, you don't have to cry when you kill a character. That's fine. Not everyone is a crier, but it can also be a sign that you've written a character that you connect to enough that you don't want. Sometimes I'll like come up with these characters and it's like, I'm going to kill you. I don't care about you. And so I don't put enough into the character all the way through the rest of the book because it's like, you have to be disposable. My emotions can't handle it if you aren't.
I feel like I've cried while killing a character, but I've also got like misty-eyed when I like had that like redemption arc kind of like finalized at the end, and it's like, oh my god, it came together so well. You're my baby.
I've done that before as well. Also, J.K. Rowling cried when she killed off her characters in the last book, so I feel like you're following in good footsteps.
if you can kill off Dobby and not cry, I don't need to talk to you
Yeah,
because
what's
you're not
wrong with
human.
you?
You're just completely disconnected from reality, and no, that was heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to jump into the last one at the 45?
Let's do it. Should we do a 10-15 to kind of ease out?
Yeah, let's do a 15. Then we'll end on the 0, nice and even.
Yes, perfect.
Good
Well,
stuff.
we won't end on the 0 because we'll probably chat.
Well,
But
yeah, we'll chat.
Yeah. Sprint ends and we just disappear.
yeah.
We're like, peace. Do we have a prompt?
Yes, we do. So this particular one was not necessarily sort of spring related, I guess, but it was because I live right behind a somewhat medium sized park. And yesterday we had 2 eagles circling overhead. So this writing prompt is eagles. 2 of your characters are circling around a point.
Ooh, I like that. We've got that prompt is in the discussion section now.
Ah, lovely, thank you.
So how's everyone doing on their New Year's goals? Making progress? Sorry, didn't mean to attack y'all.
Hello.
2 minutes before a sprint starts, but I think it's good to check in.
Wow.
Definitely a chat.
Like my guffaw said all I need to say about my goals this year so far.
I don't even remember what my goals were this year.
Me neither.
My goals are now surviving, and that's about it. Like,
Yeah, if I can get
Okay.
through 2020, it is a win.
exactly.
Hunker down is
Hunker
my goal.
down.
Even just like surviving Q1 of 2020.
Well,
you
like,
know,
my new
collapse
life-
on a heap.
My new goal is stop touching my face so much because I never realized how much I touch my face until you're not supposed to. Like,
Yes.
oh no, general rule you're not supposed to. But
Would
it's like I saw that
2009
meme where it was like,
Yes.
That's so good though. I struggle to like
Would
even
like
believe I can do it.
would like 2019 you have possibly ever thought that your goal for 2020 would be don't touch your face?
never in a million
No.
years.
What the hell?
I like goals like that though. I think it's good to just set like really random goals.
Realistic.
My only real goal for this year was to put on real clothes every workday that I'm not sick. And so far I've done it.
That's great.
It wouldn't
That's
seem like
so
a given, but I
manageable.
work from home. So like it's not a given, and I have like depression, and so sometimes I just don't. And like I noticed that took a toll on my mental health. And so it's like it seems like a dumb little goal, but it's super attainable, and it has made a big difference in my attitude towards each day.
Especially when you have a small child. That
Yes.
that was was a lot of like don't wash my hair, don't wear clothes, real people clothes when I had Charlie when he was little, and yeah, it makes a huge difference to put real people clothes on.
All right, it is the 45. We'll meet back here at the hour mark. And that is your 15 minutes.
Whew.
Pens down. Pens down. Pencils away. Step away from
I
your
had to
laptop.
finish the sentence so I didn't forget. I started plotting. Well, I've been
Wonderful.
plotting, but I switched to plotting.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be done this tonight.
Woo!
Oh, that's awesome.
So exciting.
I got sidetracked because I forgot my character's middle name, and I was going through all of my things to try and figure it out. Because it's a scene where it's like the main character's like shocked because the villain like knows too much about her family. She's like, "How do you know about my family?" So he like spurts out like her whole name, and I'm like, I don't remember her middle name, so still don't remember what it is, but I'll find it.
That's such an author thing to say. Well, I couldn't write it. I couldn't remember my character's middle name, and I have to go
So I
back
can
and
give up
find
for
it.
the night. It's fine.
That's literally when I just write in whatever your middle name is, and then the character's like, oh. Yeah. I legitimately forgot one of my main characters' names. There's a number of them, so like I literally wrote "What's her face" in until I can figure it out.
I would change people's names halfway through the manuscript and then be like, I'll come back to that later, and then completely forget. And then when we're doing reversions, being like, who is this? Where did
I
they
made
go?
the mistake of changing them to like I have like two main characters, but I like gender swapped them a little bit. And then I decided to go back to the original because some of the like things just didn't make sense. So like going back and editing that it was so bad.
No, no.
I will never do that again.
I'm feeling so just like, you know, that feeling where you get really into it and then the sprint ends and you're like,
Yep.
"Wait."
You're in that weird hazy feeling.
Yeah, that is exactly where I am right now.
Same.
And Griswold said, best sprint of the night for me. I wrote 2 pages. Way to go.
Nice.
Well,
Awesome.
Lizzie got 555 and Starlake Sapphire got 461.
some good
Well,
chunks of
somebody
words.
Yeah. Also, we're going to be wrapping up soon. So if we missed your question, you want us to address something, definitely drop that in the discussion section soon.
I just kind of got a little bit into the flow of this essay. I'm like, all right, this is okay. I mean, I think I just Snapchatted the WordNerds, but I was at work the other day and just had some downtime, and I was like, well, I guess I'll just work on my essay, and like blacked out, and I swear like an hour later was like, I have 2 pages of this essay written. Sweet.
You got in the zone.
I did. I got so in the zone that I like looked up and it was 45 minutes later and I had like an entire page and I was like, whoa, what just happened?
I love it when that happens.
Yeah, I know. Fingers crossed I can do it again.
I believe.
Thank you. It's only a 12-page paper. I can do this.
Yeah.
I have a lot to say. I have a lot of feelings.
We had a question from N. Griswold. What are your thoughts on magic that doesn't come at a price or take a toll on the user?
I prefer not to use that form of magic. Something has to happen. There has to be some, even if it's just like the character needs to learn how to use magic. There needs to be something they're doing.
I think we can can still have rules without that kind of toll.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be a physical toll.
Yeah, I mean, like Harry Potter, you have to learn how to use magic, but there's no cost to using it, and there doesn't seem to be a limit to how much you can use, so it definitely can work.
It's just
But
like
there's also that parallel with the unforgivable curses. So there are things out there that are like, okay, if you create a Horcrux, for example, like you have to do these horrible things, so it takes a toll on like the person, I guess, mentally, but not like the magic itself doesn't.
Yeah, for sure.
Like some of my favorite parts of fantasy books are when you hit that wall and when the character suddenly doesn't have that magic anymore. And I think like those moments are are so great. So I'm definitely want to add something to make it
feel
have
like
a price or take a toll.
Can't be too easy, even if that means, like, oh, Harry has to teach all of the kids how to do these curses because they're harder, or not curses, but spells because they're harder, and it takes like a more talented wizard to do them. So you have to practice a lot. There's like higher levels of magic, and it's not easy, right?
Yeah. I think you can definitely get away though with there not being a price. It just when you do things like that, the world it has more of like a whimsical feel to it, like an unpredictable sort of feel. And if that's the vibe you're going for, then you can definitely make it work. Just kind of lean into that, like anything is possible.
Yeah, I think it's finding that balance to like keep people from, if every person uses magic infinitely to better their lives, where's that going kind of thing. So you need to find that kind of all the parallels to real life and making it work in a society.
Yeah, totally I think having that like whimsical can definitely be great fun if that's what's working for your story. So don't feel like it has to physically exhaust them to make it magic or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like the vast majority of the magic I grew up on was that kind of magic of like, it's magic because magic is fun and can do impossible things, and I don't need to get a headache.
Well, in Witches of Ash and Ruin, there was no like physical toll, but it runs out eventually. So it's not like an infinite source. You have to like restock essentially. So
Vanessa has asked, what's the stream about next week? And I think we called it standalone or series with a shrug thing. Emma's hosting. It'll be her problem to figure out what that means.
I think we're talking about like how you can decide whether you're going to write something as a standalone or a series, how to do it. So that actually works out really well because we had a question about that this week.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about.
Also, in place of our Tuesday video this week, we're going to do another write-in just because more people are home and doing things and hopefully getting some writing done. So don't know the time yet because this is kind of something we've put together on the fly, but at some point on Tuesday, and we will definitely share that on social media.
Yeah, as soon as we know, probably in the next day, I will make the event. So we'll have the link and we'll blast it out on all our social medias, Facebook, Twitter. I'll put a comment in our community tab here on YouTube.
Instagram, because that's the thing we have now.
We have an Instagram now. Rachel made an Instagram. We'll post it.
Thank you. Yes, we do have an Instagram.
I want to get in the habit of like putting things in our story because I'm on Instagram 7 times a day for work anyway. Like our live stream's about to start, or this is our topic, or like actual useful information in our story. So I haven't done it yet, but one day.
I'm terrible using Instagram stories. Like I can post every day, got all the hashtags, I'm good. But like when it comes to stories, I'm like, meh. So we'll tag team it. Everybody's taking care of this account. It's like a collective crust.
Our name on all of those is at WordNerds Vlog. So check that out. So Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and email are all that.
Very cohesive. I'm so happy the way that it turned out.
Look at us branding. Wow.
Yeah, such brand. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming. I hope that this helped your writing or your mood or your spirits or what have you, and start your week off on a good foot. Best of luck to everybody right now. We all just need a little extra pick-me-up. Like Megan mentioned and Kelly mentioned, we will be doing a live chat on Tuesday instead of our video, but we will have another one on Thursday as per usual, and also another live chat next week. It's going to be great, and we'll probably see you all there. So everybody have a good week and happy writing. Bye.
Yes. Bye. Bye.